Fletcher and I'm a holistic life coach. I actually call myself a singing heart coach because my business is called Make Your Heart Sing. I'd just like to ask you, how many of you are living truly extraordinary lives? Yep. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely wonderful. What makes your life so extraordinary?
That I'm in a wonderful country like New Zealand and I have choices to make, that I have plenty to eat, I have everything, wonderful relationships.
That's awesome. Who else is living an extraordinary life? Cool. The really amazing thing about living an extraordinary life is that it gets ever more extraordinary. I've discovered that this holistic life coaching is pure magic. At the start, I thought there was an end point. I started off with all these really negative beliefs about myself. I totally believed I was ugly. I thought I was really stupid. I thought I was worthless. I thought no one would ever love me. I thought I was undeserving. And then as I got involved in the coaching, and actually even before that, but that's what led me to the coaching, I realised that there's no end point. Life just gets more and more extraordinary. And the really cool thing about extraordinary is it's all a perspective. So yes, it is extraordinary to be living in a beautiful country like New Zealand. It is extraordinary to have beautiful food and to just have this wonderful environment. But it gets way more extraordinary than that. Life is pure magic. And a singing heart, you may wonder what that means, a singing heart. Well, I think we all actually know that instinctively. But a singing heart, we have got a higher vibration. Everything is energy and everything is vibration. And when our hearts are singing, we're vibrating in tune with life. We're vibrating in tune with the divine. When our hearts are singing, anything is possible. Everything is possible. When our hearts are singing, we're connected to every living thing. I like to see the singing heart as being like living life on a highway connecting heaven and earth, connecting me with infinity and whatever's possible. And I know for myself that, yes, I've healed my life so much, but I still get thrown into chaos. I still get cross about things. And in the past I would have gone into a whole lot of stuff. I might have gone into chaos about something, and I would have just got myself totally lost in the chaos. I would have felt sorry for myself. I would have gone back into, oh, no one loves me. Oh, I'm not good enough. But the really cool thing is now that I'm living life on this extraordinary highway of light and love. And it sounds like, oh yeah, that's just romantic and that's just, is that possible? Oh, she's just sort of in a bit of a fantasy world. But I can tell you that it is no fantasy world. Because what happens is, your heart's singing, you're on this highway, and what happens is I get a bit cross about something, so I find that I've taken the slip road off, and I'm on this little byway. But now I've got a map. I know where the highway is. I know I'm just on this little side road, and I've had all the tools from the life coaching that I've learned to find my way straight back onto that highway. Sometimes I go a little bit further off the road before I get the slip road back on, but I'm always taking the slip road back on again. Sometimes it's minutes, sometimes it's hours. In the past it would have been days or weeks or months or never. It is a really extraordinary way to live your life. You always know where you are, and where you are is just a good place to be. So to me, that's life coaching. It's helping us all to reconnect with who we are in our hearts, to truly love ourselves, that true part of us, to know ourselves, so that we can really be ourselves. Because my daily affirmation is, I am me, and I just be. I just be, and I am free. I am me, and I just be. I just be, and I am free. And there is so much freedom in that. It's the most amazing freedom. When I think of where I came from, and I think how stuck I was in my life, and I got to about 45 and I thought, do I want to be like my mother when I'm 80? Yes, I was living a comfortable life. I lived on a lifestyle block in the country. No, I had probably what most people would have thought was a really great life. But I knew there was something more. I knew there was more than just the material. And I knew that I was going to get really sick if I stayed living that life of not being true to myself. And it all started with uncovering the beliefs that I had about myself. It was a huge shock to me to discover that I believed I wasn't worthy of love, because it was unconscious, really. I mean, I always had this feeling that I wasn't good enough, but I didn't realise where it came from. I didn't realise that I really thought I was unworthy. And as soon as I uncovered that, I started doing an affirmation around it because I didn't know what else to do. So I would just be out there every day. I am worthy of love, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of love. And that was a really magical thing, because what happened was, it just opened up so much more. It opened me up to the realisation of how stuck I was. That I was living a really ordinary life. And I didn't know how to get out of it. I so wish I'd had a life coach then, because I would have really been on the superhighway. So what I did was I visualised myself as the water in a dam, stagnating, going nowhere, resigned to life in the dam. And I visualised smashing the walls of the dam, and I hammered away, but nothing happened. So I thought, right, I called in Bomber Command, the Dam Busters. And I visualised the dams bouncing on the water, crashing into the dam being smashed, and me, the water, going whoosh to freedom. But the water didn't go whoosh. It was clinging to the edge of the dam. And I thought, what's that? No, there's no wall, there's no space. I can flow. There's nothing to stop me now. And I was so shocked at all the fears that came up. I did this exercise every morning for about 6 weeks. And every day a new fear would come up. I was an absolute mess of fear. And I didn't even know it. These fears were just keeping me totally stuck in my life. The fear of having money, that was the first fear that came up. And I couldn't believe it, because we'd always had money, and then we didn't have money, and I just thought, oh well, that's just how it is. I didn't realise that I was playing some part in that. I just thought, oh well, that's just a bit unlucky. Kevin's lost his job. Yeah, he doesn't want to go to work, but well, it's just happened. I didn't realise that I had some control over that. And what I uncovered was that I was using a lack of money as an excuse for not taking action. I didn't believe it, so I tested it in the bank. At the ANZ was a huge big poster. Buy bonus bonds this month and win $1 million. So I visualised it. And I started sweating and feeling very uncomfortable. And it was true. I didn't want money. Because I could have gone off and bought myself another house and left Kevin right where he was. But I didn't have the guts to do that, did I? I was nice and safe. What would people think? What would my family say? I might get it wrong. And then I felt responsible as well. So that was a huge eye-opener for me, a huge realisation that I was using all these excuses and fears, and these were all keeping me stuck. So I thought, right, I've got a choice. I can stay stuck, or I can put all the excuses to one side and step out. And that's what I did. I thought, but you're just making it hard. It's not hard at all. You don't have to worry about how things will unfold.